welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews. I don't know if that just started recording or not, but here we go. So anyway, after just reading New Mutants #1, we are at X-Force #1. The one that I actually just, besides X-Men in general, the first X-Men book by Hickman, X-Force was the one I was looking forward to the most. I've always dug X-Force over the years, to varying degrees, but I always just liked the idea of the Black Ops teams and things like that. And then seeing the team that it was putting together with Domino and Jean Grey and Beast, Colossus, Wolverine, Black Tom Cassidy, and a couple of other ones like Kid Omega. I don't really know who that is. Oh, is he the one that's like a... yeah, I think I know who... I think I have a vague idea of Kid Omega is, and... I know there's a purpose to everything, so I'm not going to question Hickman. And then there's Sage. There's also a guy named Healer in this book. There's a lot of people in this issue, but this is like kind of... This is a good book. Ben Percy is doing this, right? Yeah. Benjamin Percy. He's also doing the Wolverine book, I believe, which after this issue, I'm really ready for. I think Kubert's drawing that one too, so... But anyway, we're going to be doing the review of my copy that looks like that. I didn't get a lot of variants for this one either. And the Hidden Gem variant, the Todd McFarlane Wolverine one, was like selling at $100. Yeah, not going to happen. Somebody out there wants to give it to me. Sure. But we did get the Bagley All Mutants. Got everybody there. I noticed that that's what the big main thing is. The team's on here plus a bunch of other people. You got Wolverine, you got Colossus. You got a bunch of people. Dope as usual. And we got the, the kind of the technical one. X-Force #1. Dig this one too. And then we got this one as well. Oh, and you know what? This is the one that's got parental advisory on it. Ooh, this is the Punisher of X-Force books or whatever. So anyway, pretty cool, pretty cool. I wish that McFarlane one would have been more affordable, but I'm sorry, Todd, I'm not paying $100 for your book. Just like Fallen Angels has a Liefeld Cable cover coming out this week. Yeah, if Liefeld thinks I'm going to pay $100 for a picture of Cable, of old Cable, when old Cable is dead now, yeah, it's not even available yet, but I'm not paying for that. No thanks. So anyway, let's jump into X-Force. Holy crap. Well, this definitely puts some things like people's questions, what they had, like logistics and like people getting to Krakoa and all that. Well, and we just jump in. We get this, it's very John Carpenter's The Thing, where there's this kind of clandestine group got their masks on and they have to test your blood to make sure you're not a mutant. I mean, they're even dripping it into a little dish. Very much like The Thing, where Kurt Russell's testing everybody's blood to find out if they're the Thing or not. And it's all because it's about the whole new balance of power and the new geopolitical situation with the mutants declaring sovereignty. So of course we got, with the new world, you got a bunch of new enemies. And clearly this person with the white hand, I wonder who that is, says, well, if you want some blood, it's going to take a lot more to get out. Well, she's saying, with all the luck that I had to get in here, it's going to take a lot more to get out. And unfortunately for Domino, it looks like her luck is kind of run out. She got in there. Why she's there, who sent her, whatever, we don't know yet, but they've got her on her back. We see that in this book, and the most curious thing for me was like, how is Black Tom Cassidy going to be in this book, to be honest with you? Because he's just always been kind of a second-rate villain to me. This book is called Hunting Ground, and we start off with Beast hanging out in the jungle. Fascinating. I heard the animated series Beast in my head when he said that. Very first line in there, fascinating. Suddenly this like crazy Krakoan wolf beast comes flying out of nowhere and Wolverine's there to jump on it. I love it. It runs off because it's afraid of Wolverine. And Beast is saying, hey, I don't think it was going to harm me. I'm a mutant. It can't hurt me. But Wolverine says, I've been hunting the thing a few days, and I can assure you it's left a lot of bones behind. And Beast is like, well, this is supposed to be a refuge. Why is this thing attacking us? And it's a refuge, and Wolverine says it's more like a salad bar. Every flower-filled meadow's got a hawk or a wolf or a snake lingering nearby waiting for a taste. There's always a predator. And whatever the hell that thing was, you didn't see it coming because you felt sheltered. That's what Krakoa does. Makes everyone feel safe. And when you're safe, you're soft. Makes me wonder if Wolverine's going to be one of those people that ends up on Fallen Angels. Because, he's there in the jungle. Why isn't he, whatever. But we find out about the security features. Basically, Black Tom's powers has him running point. He's the one guarding the place. He's the one that's got sensors everywhere out into, like, a little bit, like the seaweed and everything is out there. So they're looking at everything. And people were saying, like, well, we'll get to that. So this white feature, I'm not even going to try to understand everything on it. But I get it. He's basically their alarm system. And there's something out there that doesn't belong. If there is, in this case, they have word that something doesn't belong. He's down there going to kind of like all zen with the island and everything. And he runs out there to find out that it's not anybody invading. But it is Kitty Pryde and the Marauders back. Now, is this that first mission from the first issue of Marauders? I don't know, because the thing that makes me wonder if it is or not is because they have Colossus on board. I don't remember Colossus being a part of that book at any point in time, so if this is either another mission they were going on to get more people out, and they found Peter there. And look at his knee, man. Look at his body. All kinds of busted up. Jean's like floating above, and from the desk of Professor Charles Xavier. Basically, it's about how to deal with people, and that if you're not one of us, we're not going to be enemies. We're just going to call you potential allies, and that anything else, we're gonna send people out there all the time. We're gonna keep trying to convince you. We're gonna just keep going. We're not going to give up on you unless you start something, basically. It says punitive measures will be mostly indirect, including increased tariffs from the United States and China. All of this assumes a stance of friendly disagreement, but any openly hostile behavior toward mutant kind will be subject to an immediate tactical response, pending discussion and approval from the Quiet Council. Then there's the unofficial response to non-treaty nations, and that's people that want to get the medicine, the Krakoan medicine, through the back channels, and they're supposed to go through the Black King of the Hellfire Club, which would be Sebastian Shaw. Failure to work with the Black King will result in intimidation at his discretion, followed by covert punitive measures. Well, we know what that means. Mutant operative cells will work to undermine the current administration. For now, their primary focus will be the extraction of all mutants currently forbidden from crossing the border and joining their mother nation of Krakoa. In Russia, this effort includes Colossus. So basically, Colossus is like their ambassador out there to try to help people get out when they can't. And in this, we get to, it's this covert mission starting, and we don't know who anybody is. And so I kept wondering, who are these people? Like, who's that blonde lady? Is that Val Cooper, maybe? Who's this big guy with the big spot on his head? I don't know. But they have this, the beginning. And Charles, all right, we see now that he's the one who sent Domino on her mission. They've been looking for her. They don't know where she is. He goes to Sokovia, which I automatically went, man, there's something rotten here. Charles, what are you doing there? He seems to be like just all smiles and everything with his people, and they're saying, "Yeah, the great Charles Xavier, thank you for being here." All that garbage. I don't. It's something I just don't believe. All right, I don't believe that they're there with their hands all opened out. Okay, and in Avengers: Age of Ultron, I'm sorry that the place of Sokovia got busted up, but they could have let you all die. I know that this has no ties to that, but still. And as soon as he drank, he's like literally drinking, "May he live forever." Well, hi, my name is Foreshadowing Population, this book. So they get this guy named Healer, right? That's his name. I am not familiar with Healer, like, at all. And I'm really not that familiar with Sage, to be honest with you, either. They're really pulling everybody out of the, like, out of the attic for this book, for these books. Well, Jean's going through what she can see, and she sees that, I can't tell you where these are hurting because they hurt everywhere. Peter's just there like, oh my God, I'm messed up. Because he's all messed up. They show him, like, taking it, like, whatever weapons they were using, like, they're blasting him hard. So we get the other part of this mission where we find out this is basically a hijacking, sort of. They take over the plane. They wait for the problem to go down. There's like communication problems. Everybody gets knocked out, and they put their suits on, and you know where this is headed. Some people were already mentioning this in other X books, like what would be the logistics of, where you can get, if you've got the land and the sea covered, what about the air? People jumping through. And I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I thought I brought it up. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of what somebody else said. But these people plan on parachuting into Krakoa. And how would they be able to do that? Well, these clearly are people, I was like, these are the people that had Domino. So whatever they're using to cloak themselves with, they're parachuting in over the island. And it's giving Domino's signature. So there's nothing, they say she's back, but it's not her. And these people are like cruising, like, hard. Look at them. They're like basically on fire. And Charles is like kind of calling Black Tom out, like, hey, there were people here that didn't really want, that had questions about whether you could do this job or not, and did you know this, and all that stuff. And he's telling them, look, I got a hunch, basically, like, there's something wrong. I'm getting the ants, not the ants, he's like worms twisting inside me, like, something tells me that something's wrong here. Something really wrong is about to happen. And Charles is kind of blowing him off. And he's like, well, he may be the world's best telepath, but, he needs to work on his people skills a little. And as these people come flying to the ground, Wolverine smells them and sees the parachutes coming. And then everything just goes sideways. Everything just goes sideways, and these people immediately start killing everybody, starting with this poor mutant. Right? Sorry. So everybody's getting shot up. It's a massacre. These people are just taking no prisoners. They think that they're in, and I don't know who they are, and I don't know who they're working for, but they go for the jugular. And they're coming for the heart of Krakoa and Black Tom. I'm loving this. I would like to see the villains doing good things here. Wolverine's up there getting shot up. Beast is coming at him, attacking people. And Xavier has to run because he knows that he's the target. He can't stop running. I like that Jean says, we were stupid and slow and careless. It's time to be smart and swift and violent. That is not the usual Jean Grey. But now we have something. Something pure, or at least, pure. They're fighting for it with their lives, and they're not messing around with people that want to come and take it from them anymore. So these people want to come here. It's the Clint Eastwood get off my lawn situation here. And so they, Black Tom handles his business, but then Charles Xavier is out there on his own. Right? And he's like, hey man, like, I know this isn't easy to accept, but we're your only chance at blam. Wolverine just goes bananas on this guy. We have to keep somebody alive to question him. Who's going to do it? Who's responsible for this? Well, where's Domino? We don't know where Domino is. And then Healer's like, this is possible. It's not. And everybody's like, hey, where is everything? And Black Tom's like, freaking in the bottom pit. Everything's going wrong. Everything's already going wrong. Sorry. Still trying to get my perspective better on these. And, what's happening? And if you see I love this. This is awesome, but it's like, tell me it's not true, because they can't find Charles, because Charles got shot in the head, to be continued. Now, it's a pretty, it's a powerful ending. It's a powerful moment. People really came in here and struck first, which is going to make X-Force a really incredible book to read from here on out. But, with the fact that they can just bring Charles back, it's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? Like, death has always been, like, if this was before this, you know, it would be more impactful. Like, they're all freaking out. And I think it's that initial, they're not used to things being like this. They just got everything they wanted. Somebody just broke into their house and killed their dad. So even though they can bring him back, it's just seeing their dad get killed in front of them by these people that will not let mutants be, and clearly we're just prepared to die for it. You know, it's on. All right, it is on. Cannot wait to see where it goes from here. The writing is great. The art is great. I didn't mention who the artist was. It's Joshua Cassara. That's the artist in here. And we got some action. We got some blood. This is definitely parental advisory. I mean, it's not too bad, but bad enough. And so that is my review for X-Force #1. If you liked this review, please hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. If you're not a subscriber and you're enjoying the comic book content on here, or any of the content on here, please join the fun here at Smirking Gun Reviews. We are about just under 50 away from 1,000 subscribers, so it would be a lot of fun if you could join in the fun. And that's it. So, this is Rob saying have a great day. Keep reading comics. We'll be back with more comic reviews throughout the week. Otherwise, go to your brick and mortar stores as much as you can. Follow more comic book people. Don't just listen to me. Go talk to anybody you can that's on YouTube. There's a lot of great content, like people like Thinking Critical, Ash on Comics, Comics by Perch, The Real Comic Book Stacks. I always forget more people. Check them all out. Subscribe to all their channels. Follow them on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at reviews_gun. I probably should say that. I'm terrible at self-promotion. So have a great day. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.